My name is Matt LaRoe. I've been coming to Monterey Church since January of 2019. I really liked how inviting everyone was, how friendly everyone was. People stopped me as I was trying to leave, discreetly to introduce themselves and say hi. So I really felt like this is a place where I can connect with people and where I felt very welcomed from the beginning. So right after I started coming to Monterey Church, no more than a month or two of recommitting myself to my relationship with God, I found myself very tested again. My father was diagnosed with a terminal illness, and the next couple months after that were really chaotic, were very hectic. Obviously, there were a lot of feelings of anxiety and fear and pain. And I really was leaning a lot on my newly strengthened relationship with God to get me through that period. Something in me knew that this is not something that I'm going to be able to handle by myself. And having that really did get me through the hardest parts of what was to come, which ultimately was a couple more months, followed by his passing away. And I really, really felt that God was walking with me through that process, that I was not going through that by myself, and that I wasn't just experiencing it on my own. I'm a workaholic. I throw myself into everything that I do 100%. And I kind of at times use that as an excuse to not process things or to deal with difficult emotions. And so it was very easy for me to go back into being so busy that I couldn't really deal with the experiences that I was having. But I felt like my D group was keeping me very honest about that I was really able to talk about how I was feeling, and that I wasn't able to just gloss over by saying everything was fine, the way that it's very easy to do when you're hurting. And I really felt like God was saying to me, all right, you're going to have to deal with this now. You've had your distractions, you've had your work, you've had the things that you throw yourself into, but those are on pause for a while, and you're going to have to go through these feelings. So are you going to do it with me, or are you going to keep trying to do it by yourself? And I really used that time to lean in and go through the grieving process while strengthening my personal relationship with God in a way that I've never really in my life prioritized it before. I just knew that I had to make the time. I did, and I'm so glad that I did, because it just really took me from a very, very dark place to somewhere where every day is good. Just the strength that I have now, the confidence that I have, is helping me live in a way that I don't think I ever lived before I went through this. And I think it's the quiet time and the reflection of these past months that's given me that insight. Looking back on this past year, I'm grateful that God showed me how to be led, that I don't have to lead, that I'm not in control of my circumstances. Because intellectually, I know that I'm not, but how I feel in my day-to-day is very different. It really took God showing me, I'm in control, I'm going to guide your path, stop fighting me, that I really learned how to do that for the first time. If you're having a good day, it's okay. If you're having a bad day, it's okay. And you don't always have to pretend that things are fine if things aren't really fine. Find people you trust, find people you can be honest with, or even just be honest to God about what's in your mind, what's in your heart. You can't run from it. It's something that you're going to have to get through one way or the other. And going with God, having him be a part of your healing process, makes you so much stronger than it would be if you try to do it by yourself. I'm Matt LaRoe, and this is my testimony.